Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Ford Center here at the Star in Fresco, Texas, as Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated presents the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Geico. This world title is presented in association with Main Events Crusher Promotions and Group Yvonne Michel, and is sanctioned by the WBO. The president and supervisor is Francisco Valcarcel. Judging at ringside, we have Lisa Jumpa, Levi Martinez, and Jesse Reyes. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing in a rematch for the WBO Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance, and boxing fans joining us around the world on ESPN Plus, live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters in Fresco, Texas, it's showtime! Introducing to you first the challenger. On my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with red and white trim, fighting out of Fort Lauderdale by way of Chelyabinsk, Russia. He weighed in at a ready 174 pounds. His record 32 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw, with 28 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked the WBO number 6 contender, and tonight seeking revenge in his 15th consecutive world title appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hard-hitting, former unified and 2-time WBO light heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev. And his opponent across the ring, the defending champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks with white and gold trim, fighting out of Montreal, Canada, by way of Puerto Rico, Colombia. His weight, 174.8 pounds. His record, undefeated in his campaign with 24 wins, no losses, 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he is making the first defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated, defending, and reigning WBO light heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Eleider Alvarez. And now introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, now to give instructions, Luis Pavon.
Okay, guys, I give you an instruction in the dressing room. Let's having a clean match, okay? Good luck. Le di la instrucción en el camerino, vamos a hacer una pelea limpia. Suerte, Dios los bendiga.
The wait is over. The rematch is here. Kovalev and Alvarez. Luis Pavon is the referee. Last fight between these two was August 4th in Las Vegas. Here we go in Fresco, Texas.
Does fight number 2 pick up right where fight number 1 ended? Oftentimes rematches do get started just how they left off.
Well, Kovalev came out to start trying to establish that jab. But he said he wanted to get him back to the basics.
That's what Buddy said.
Yeah, that's the basic. I like how Kovalev was pressing him. Pressing him with his legs. Try to get him to make some mistakes. Behind his jab, though.
Kovalev pushes him up against the ropes with that jab.
Alvarez looks like he put on quite a bit of weight from yesterday to today. His body looks a little bit different to me. Looks a little bit more soft.
Yeah.
Already Alvarez almost picked up Kovalev along the ropes. Luis Pavon has it in good order.
Kovalev wanted to throw that left hook, so he moved over to his left more.
Kovalev going to the body. Alvarez is showing us some speed, even just tangling up his opponent.
Kovalev coming out here like he won his title back.
Yeah, he said he dropped it. He's like, I just dropped it on the way to getting the other one. So he feels like it was all on him. Everything that had happened in training camp and him just being overtrained. He said in the fighter meetings, if I knew before the fight, if I didn't stop him in the first 4 rounds, I was going to lose the fight. Of course, they'll never tell you that before the fight, though, right?
No.
It'll be the best
No.
training camp they've ever had. And
Exactly.
they're 100%.
But now they've got a chance to reflect, and Buddy McGirt's changed the whole preparation routine.
Give him, at this age, a little more rest, less sparring rounds. Take a little bit better care of your body.
Yes.
Yeah, once you get that age, you know, you gotta watch out how many rounds you spar. It's way different from when you're 25 or 35. You don't want to leave your boxing inside the gym.
And you don't want it exactly, and you don't want to be weak when you come into the ring that night. You want to be fresh. Oh, good action there. Alvarez coming off with a little left hook off the ropes.
Kovalev letting their right hand right over top.
Another right hand by Kovalev.
I think Kovalev's just got to get his distance down. Get that round to Kovalev.
Yeah, I agree.
I would give it to him more on ring generalship than anything.
Just keep putting the jab on him. Anywhere with the jab.
And right away, Buddy McGirt says, put the jab on him. Keep putting the jab on him.
Don't get crazy. All right? Don't worry about the crowd. Hey, he's biting on every feint.
He sure is. But he said he's biting on every feint.
Next time you think, you gotta get a little closer with your feet. Okay?
I like how what he said, what he just said.
Okay?
Feint and get closer with your feet. That's what I was just saying. Press him with your feet. Make him make mistakes in there off your movement alone.
Bomac, the other thing that was interesting is Buddy said, don't go with what the crowd is asking for, which is like knock him out right now.
Don't pay attention to the crowd, because the crowd will get you into some stuff that you don't want to get into.
Especially early. Second round of this 12-round light heavyweight WBO world title bout. Kovalev combination. Kovalev trying to load up on that right hand.
Watch the difference. Look at the difference in their stance. Look at Kovalev is on his back right toe. He want that spring in his step. Look at Alvarez, he's flat-footed. I mean, he got to be set to punch. Kovalev can punch on the move.
Kovalev is much more aggressive.
And he was in the first fight, too. I mean, he was winning the fight, and he was throwing more punches up until the point that he got stopped in the 7th round. So his work rate is good here so far.
I like how he's not putting a lot. He's not putting a lot on the punches. He's just getting those punches out there, establish his jab, establish his rhythm.
His rhythm, exactly.
Kovalev.
See how he pushing back with the 1-2, 1-2?
1-2, 1-2 combination.
And Eleider did say, you know, I do think that this fight's going to be more difficult for me and for him. We've both seen each other. We both know what we bring. And he himself said he doesn't see this fight going 12. He said it's either going to be him or me, but I don't see this fight going the distance.
Kovalev doubling up on the jab.
Good
Combination.
right hand by Kovalev.
Alvarez is not moving back much now.
There's a crisp jab by Alvarez. Right hand by Kovalev.
Kovalev establishing that jab with that right hand off the jab.
And you could tell probably that there's maybe a few things that the Alvarez corner said to the referee about some tactics that perhaps Kovalev is maybe known for using or doing from previous fights, because he was real quick to say, no holding, no headbutt, like, don't grab his head.
All camps do that.
Yeah.
Look how Kovalev, he can't get nothing off. He's moving side to side, looking for a different look. Look at that right hand over top of Alvarez. What did it do to Kovalev?
And Kovalev is winning these rounds simply because he's been more active in terms of throwing punches. I don't think Alvarez has thrown very many punches.
No, he's setting the pace. There's a right hand right at the buzz, right at the bell. And Kovalev, I think, has taken the first 2 rounds.
Agreed.
Very patient Kovalev.
OK, mais si tu le fais, la chose la plus importante, c'est ta défensive. Il faut qu'il recule. T'as compris? Le jab inside, et après, il faut frapper. Si lui frapper sur tes gants, il faut contre-attaquer. On peut pas le laisser frapper parce qu'il va gagner les rounds comme ça. T'as compris?
Here's the combination by Kovalev in that round.
Il commence à lui mettre la
5 punches.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 got through, but it doesn't matter.
mettre de pression avec le jab.
See that right hand over top?
Yeah, that was a good punch.
Yeah, that was a real good punch.
And there's a stiff double jab, and that's a 4 punch, and all 4 landed. Hey, if you throw a lot out there, some of them will stick. Round 3. Here at the Ford Center at the Star in Fresco, Texas. And Alvarez comes out with a little purpose. Crisp jab by Alvarez. Combination by Kovalev, punctuated by the left hook.
Alvarez landed that right hand over top again.
Right hand by Kovalev landed.
Maybe Eleider picking up the activity level a little bit. They speak French and Spanish in the corner. So I couldn't get a translation as far as what he was telling him, but hopefully it's pick your work rate up a little bit.
Kovalev 1-2 again.
And Buddy said in the fighters meeting, just want to get him back to the basics. And this is what Kovalev's doing. The basics, 1-2, 1-2-3, 1-2, double jab. The basics of one-on-one in boxing.
And if you do those things well, that is enough. You know what I mean? Like, you got power. He does have power. He's shown that in his career. If he can get back to working off the jab, he jumps a little bit with that punch.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that, but it could be enough.
And that last jab went right through his 2 gloves, right to the face. Right hand by Eleider Storm Alvarez. Kovalev comes back. You can see a little more urgency here by Alvarez in this round.
Trying to pick it up just a little bit.
Luis Pavon has this fight totally in his command.
He wants him to touch gloves, but Alvarez doesn't want to.
He's already touched gloves.
I ain't touching in the middle of a round.
They shouldn't have to.
No, they shouldn't have to.
No.
This is not what they say in soccer is a friendly.
No. There's nothing friendly between these two.
Kovalev's right hand, that looping right hand is a pushing right hand. It's not a snapping. You just got to get some room on it like that. If you're not careful, you're going to get countered with a hook.
Kovalev doubles up on the jab. I think a lot more holding by Alvarez in this fight. Left hook by Kovalev. Another jab by Kovalev that was outstanding.
The battle of the jabs is last minute.
Is Kovalev pitching a shutout?
Right now he is.
De Colombie. OK, respire comme il faut. Encore une fois, là, si on boxe avec les mains hautes et le jab, il faut qu'il recule. OK? En ce moment, tu fais le tight defense, mais t'es trop loin. OK? Après ça, je veux te voir à l'intérieur avec lui. Compris?
You got that, Bruce?
I think he was saying you're pulling away
Oh, yeah?
instead of throwing the jab. That's what I think he was telling him. He was talking about the jab too. Is he pulling away when Kovalev's coming in? You gotta back up.
Kovalev is throwing that right hand over top.
Very good, baby. Stay relaxed.
Is he pulling away from his own punches? You would lack power. That's not good. Right now, Kovalev is fighting a tactical fight with patience.
Yes.
And executing extremely well.
Exactly.
Nothing fancy thus far in this fight. But remember, Alvarez knows in the back of his mind that he won a fight that he was behind on. And perhaps he thinks he can summon the strength to do it again. But is he in there against a different Kovalev physically? Which is what we've heard the entire week.
Well, it's good for the sport. It's good for the sport of boxing when you get guys like Alvarez coming here to shake up the division.
I think so too.
Just out the blues, just come and knock one of the best light heavyweights off in the world.
After waiting for 3 years for his shot, because he was the mandatory, I think, for Adonis Stevenson for a really long time.
Several times. Somehow he got out of it each time. And then he just got disgruntled with the WBC, and that was it. Kovalev loads up on the right hand. Little wide with that punch, Bomac. He hit an arm, he hit a bicep.
Yep.
A little closer there.
Alvarez punches look like he got a little bit more velocity on it, more than Kovalev. Once they in close.
It looks like he's got some power in close too, not only the velocity. Kovalev chops away.
And I like Kovalev. He lands the shots and then he gets right back out. Probably to his advantage to continue to do that. You don't want to stay in there inside because, as you mentioned, that power from Alvarez on the inside is strong.
Kovalev jumping a little bit on those punches. You don't like that, Christina.
It just takes away from some of your power. Your power comes from your face, from your feet, from your legs.
Yeah, your legs.
If you're jumping, you're taking that out of the equation.
Alvarez content to take these punches.
They always tell you to sit down on your punches. You can't sit down if you're jumping up.
Kovalev, he's just touching Alvarez, touching it. So something open up.
Is Alvarez showing him a little too much respect in this fight?
Well, maybe he might just be waiting.
Yeah.
Just waiting and see if
good body blow by Crush It.
And tire out.
Combination by Kovalev.
Yeah, the first 4 rounds weren't the problem for Kovalev. Or the first 6 in the first fight.
and you know what? These rounds are going fast. You know, sometimes there's so much action, it feels like it's 2 rounds in one. These rounds are flying.
Oh, yeah. What round are they in now?
We're
5?
through 4 rounds of a 12-round bout. And it's been pretty much the same every round.
I believe everybody's just sitting on the edge of their seat and seeing that knockout is going to come.
Well, you just get the feeling that one of these guys is going to hit the canvas here soon.
So, yeah.
Here's the upcoming schedule on Top Rank. Jose Ramirez back in action on February 10th against Jose DePeda. WBC Junior Welterweight World Title. Looks like each round McGirt goes into a little bit of an exhibition in the corner.
Yeah. Hey, he being a former world champion himself.
Kovalev has thrown more than twice as many punches as Alvarez in this fight.
And you can, it's obvious that that's the problem.
241 to 109.
Alvarez is, he's been giving these rounds away by his inactivity.
And just because you've come from behind before doesn't mean you can do it again.
And you got to be careful against a guy who still has a powerful right hand.
Right, and he's trying down. He's just taking more chances coming out this round. He's looking for that overhand right now with a little short left uppercut.
That's the danger of now you want to gamble a little bit, and then you're open to getting knocked out. Kovalev throwing that jab, goes to the body, digs the body blow, right hand uppercut. Even if he goes 3 or 4 for 6 in those combinations, that's good enough.
Yeah. And then just get out of there, step aside, go back to your
There's
jab.
a right hand that landed. Pavone's not letting any garbage get away from either guy.
Kovalev is still stepping it up this round.
Would have been easy for him to take a round off. There's a right hand off the jab. Sets it up with the jab. Time and time again. Good defense by Alvarez.
How long can Kovalev continue to sustain this work rate? That's a big question right now.
That's the unknown.
Well, everything don't got firepower on it. You know, some of it just touching it, keeping Alvarez honest. And it's doing good, pretty good for him. Every now and then he'll get some big shots in there.
Kovalev caught Alvarez on a bad formation there in terms of his feet. He
was pulling back.
Yeah.
Yep, got a little bit tangled and he capitalized on it. It was just, I think that was just coincidence in that timing.
Poor footwork,
right.
and he took advantage of it.
Oh.
Right hand landed by Alvarez.
And that's the punch everybody was looking for. Kovalev took it pretty good. You know, and then in the fighters meeting, Alvarez is missing a couple knuckles, ain't he?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. He showed us his fist, and he had surgery on his right hand back in 2007. He's actually missing 2 knuckles on that right hand. He can't make a full fist with that right hand.
That's crazy. That's the hand that he knocked Kovalev off with.
There was one good sequence by Alvarez in this round, but it was still more Kovalev. Much more active.
I need more right hands to the body. I need more of them. You're trying to hit him to the head too much. Don't look for the one punch, okay? Let's break him down a little bit more, all right? Okay, everything else is cool. Keep him on the outside with the jab. Don't let him inside. He wants to get inside and work the body. So when he tries to come in, you get the hell out of there. Don't stay there. Okay? And listen, your feints are working. Keep feinting him. Okay? If you feint, he's going to react every time. Okay, man, this round I want you to focus on your jab.
Bomac, we heard some good stuff once again from James Buddy McGirt.
Buddy McGirt said he's trying to get close inside. You controlling from the outside with your jab. As soon as you try to get on the inside, you get outside.
What about the break him down?
Yeah, don't look for one shot.
Don't
Just
look
keep
for the
breaking
home
him
run
down.
shot. Just continue to work and break him down.
Round number 6. WBO world title light heavyweight fight. Eleider Alvarez defending his title against Sergey Crusher Kovalev. Kovalev much more active thus far. Might be up 5 rounds to none. Alvarez has got to feel some urgency. There's a right hand by Alvarez.
He hurt him. Hurt him with that right hand over the top.
That was his best punch of the 5th round, but he went away from it.
He's trying to time it. Alvarez trying to time that right hand over the top.
Does Alvarez know something that we don't?
Well, them two in there, they in the one in there fighting. One fighter knows when the other fighters start getting weak.
Well, and Alvarez knows he can be down 6 rounds and come back and stop Kovalev.
Right.
That's one thing he does know
Right.
because he's done it. So I don't think in his mind he's going to get discouraged because he knows I can stop this guy.
Kovalev back to work. To the body. That's what McGirt asked him to do as well. Don't go upstairs. Don't try to throw one punch.
Right. Working from the outside. Break him down from the outside.
Better round for Alvarez. 90 seconds to go. Can he continue with some punches, some focus, some ferocity? Kovalev again to the body.
Kovalev hitting with some big shots. Getting out of there, just like Buddy McGirt asked for. He's working those feints, just like what his corner called for.
Short, nice jab by Alvarez.
Good jab to the body.
Right hand by Kovalev. Kovalev loading up, combination.
6-punch combination. Got a little wobbly pulling out there, though.
Yeah.
He did.
He got caught. And
Kovalev got hit with the right hand over top just before that combination. Alvarez is looking to time him, keep timing him.
That's 2 rights in this round that Alvarez has landed that seem to really bother Kovalev. 3 rights in the fight.
He's taking a page out of Andre Ward's book. Trying to time me right over top.
well, and that's Andre Ward was able to expose the fact that the left side of the jaw of Kovalev is kind of his weakness. He is susceptible to that right hand. He just doesn't handle it well. And you can see that you watch the tape with his fights against Andre Ward.
Every time you throw it, he's trying to hit you with the right hand.
See,
So
every
keep
time you
going
throw it,
to
they're
your
trying to
right,
hit you with the
away
right
from
hand because he says that's been a knock.
Give me some more feints, but keep him outside. You know when you touch, hit him with a shot to the body or head, then step around him. Okay?
Alvarez threw 2 right hands in this round that seemed to get to Kovalev. There's one of them.
What else?
Here's Kovalev returning the favor with a combination. And another one that followed that. So we go to the second half of the bout. Scheduled for 12.
And so far, this is looking a lot like how the first fight looked.
Yeah.
It was Kovalev boxing, winning all the rounds early until
The
round
7th
7.
round.
Wow.
43 power punches by Kovalev in the 7th round, 13 by Alvarez, but 2 of them were the 2 best of the round. So how do you judge that?
Well, those few of the punches that Alvarez threw, they was big shots.
They were big.
Over the top.
Alvarez goes to the body.
Oh, he hurt him a little bit. Either that or he looked like Kovalev was holding on a little bit right there, didn't it?
Body shots. And Buddy told him he's trying to get closer so he can go to the body. Stay on the outside.
Use some feints, too.
The one thing that doesn't bode well for Crusher is the fact that he has dominated the fight, thrown many more punches, and yet the 3 punches that seem to have done the most damage in the fight were done by Alvarez.
Yeah.
Which means he's got the power, just a matter of timing and scoring.
I'm wondering if Kovalev is just to that point to where after many rounds, he just hit that plateau to where he can't perform no more.
That's age. And maybe a little confidence.
Well, he's boxed a really good fight so far.
He really has.
He boxed great in the first fight against Andre Ward, too.
Right.
That one, he boxed really, really well. It's just, can he sustain it for 12 rounds? And
He ain't moving his feet as much.
Nobody
McGirt
knows
told me
that.
to keep him on the outside. Feints.
And those jabs now that Kovalev is throwing a little bit more like a push jab instead of what he did early in the fight, which was hard, crisp jabs. There's a combination in close. Didn't really look like it had that much on it, but at least it's getting through.
So Alvarez figured those ain't got nothing on it. I'm gonna just take them and see if I can get close and land some big shots.
Counter.
I know this guy is slowing down. Look at Kovalev. Look at his balance. Look. He's still fighting, but his balance is off.
Oh,
Right hand got through by Alvarez. Kovalev looks much more tired than he did in those last few rounds. Alvarez is just saying, hey, come after me because I'm going to eventually throw one that's going to knock you back or knock you down.
Alvarez, look for that overhand right, watch. Right.
Je travaille pas ça fort. C'est lui qui est fatigué. C'est pas nous. Je veux le big fucking jab, je veux voir le filet. Et là, tu lances un coup, un coup, un coup. Je veux voir des combinaisons. 2 ou 3 coups en même temps. T'as compris? Big fucking travail. Les 2 fois qu'il est allé sur le cul, là, c'est avec des 2 coups. Avec 2 punch. Un punch là, un punch là, un punch là, un punch là. Il faut mettre des coups de poing ensemble. Plus que un coup, Eleider. Ça passe avec les jambes. La combinaison, OK? Big fucking jab.
I know you
Okay? Now, when you jab him, you gotta be here, champ. You can't be here. Because now he's trying to come over. Okay? Now, give me more feints. Touch, right hand to the body. And keep going to your right. Keep circling him.
Total punches thrown in this fight thus far, 489 for Kovalev, 208 for Alvarez. Alvarez is only 1 year younger than Kovalev, but to me it looks like he's a lot younger.
But he ain't been in the wars like Kovalev. Kovalev's been in some wars, man.
Alvarez looks like he's got plenty left.
Oh, yeah. Buddy McGirt want him to move to the right.
Good right hand by Kovalev on the move and moving to the right.
Yeah, stay away from Alvarez's right hand. Because he looks for that right hand over top. See how Alvarez threw that right hand? He missed, but he was off balance. It's the movement of Kovalev, the way he's moving.
So he's further away from that right hand.
Exactly.
He's got to throw it across his body and lose power, right?
Gotta move away from it.
And he's done that well here so far in this round.
Kovalev is holding on a little bit.
It's like an old warrior trying to sustain.
Yeah. Look at his shots after he throws his shots, how he falls in. It's like fatigue or something.
And I'm sure part of the game plan for Alvarez team was relax, 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 now press.
Yeah.
Because you can see a visible difference in the amount of punches he started to throw when he started this round versus the next 7. So probably they're like, okay, now go. That's dangerous though, because you give up so many of the early rounds on the clock.
Yeah, you could, and then Kovalev could just kind of like cruise through the last couple rounds.
This is a big round. This is the 8th round. Kovalev's winning this round thus far. If he can win this round, he will have a very comfortable lead, and then it's just a matter of hanging on.
Now you see a little more bounce from Alvarez. Actually shot that jab out a couple times. He hasn't jabbed very much.
Look, that bounce is fine, but he's not throwing punches, and he eats a jab.
Well, one thing, you got to give credit to Kovalev because you see how he's feinting with his legs. So you bouncing and bouncing, I'm getting feinted, you can jump into something.
Right hand got through by Kovalev. He's done a fine job moving to his right, which is what McGirt asked for this round.
Yeah,
that keeps him away from that right.
The first minute, Alvarez did a good job throwing punches. The second minute of the round, it was back to more of the same, not letting his hands go as much.
Right. Hey, it's great that he's got energy left. He's only thrown 200 and something punches, but that doesn't win.
Nope.
Unless you can knock him out. 20 seconds to go in a round.
I like how he's using those feints. Kovalev using the feints. If they don't work, he'll take a step off. He'll walk a little bit to reset his feet.
That was a terrific tactical round for Kovalev, following the McGirt plan to perfection, moving right, staying away from rights, and giving him now what I have is a 6-2 lead in rounds, which is comfortable. You could have given Alvarez the 6th and the 7th, but that's probably it.
Quand tu vas dans les clinches avec lui, marche, je veux que tu viennes le porter dans les cordes. T'es trop gentil avec lui.
And remember, when you come up to the championship rounds, that's boxing.
Yeah.
That's championship boxing at its best.
We're going into the what, 9th round?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. 4 more rounds.
1/3 of the fight essentially left if we go the distance. Bruce Beck, Christina Poncher, and Brian McIntyre at the Ford Center at the Star in Fresco, Texas, as we go to the championship rounds. This is the 9th light heavyweight WBO world title on the line. Can Sergey Kovalev get the title back from Eleider Storm Alvarez? He's fought that way thus far. Does he have the stamina to stay away from the mistake he made the last fight? It's already gone a round and a half more. Uppercut by Kovalev. That right hand's missing a lot. It's hitting the shoulder or the bicep of Alvarez.
He's trying to time it, and he's trying to time the right hand over the top, but like you said, it's hitting the shoulder.
But you know what? Every time he hits the shoulder, it's one time that Alvarez is not hitting him.
Ooh, nice right hand. There go that timing he was looking for.
Right, left. 1-2.
Looked like Kovalev then probably called his second win.
Kovalev with the jab. Body
before
blow.
the jab, you see the feint that he feinted?
Yeah, right
nice
hand.
Feint.
Left hook, a little bit of everything from Kovalev. That big overhand right by Alvarez.
Did it hurt him?
No.
Crisp jab by Alvarez. Christina, you just don't see that sustained attack from Alvarez.
And I don't know if he's just kind of counting on that he can land that one big shot. I don't know if that's in his mentality. I thought maybe part of the game plan would be wait and bring on an onslaught of punches late, but he still hasn't picked up that work rate enough.
You got to give credit to Buddy McGirt in the corner and Kovalev, because some of that movement will mess Alvarez up. The feinting, the double jabs, the working from the outside, the moving to the right, stay away from Alvarez's right hand.
I bet the Alvarez corner is probably pretty surprised at the work rate that Kovalev has been able to keep up in this fight.
Unbelievable. He did take a pause. He did look tired. He looks fresher again. 6th and 7th rounds, he looked tired.
It looks like he might have drawn a little blood from the nose of Alvarez.
Round number 9 is in the books, and a good round for Kovalev.
He still got a puncher's chance, Alvarez.
Laisse faire le tard. 2 coups. Eleider, tu me dis oui au dernier round puis t'as pas travaillé. C'est un round de paresseux. C'est un round de paresseux. Ils donneront pas la victoire comme ça.
I don't know what he's saying, but he's pissed.
Yes, you don't have to know what
He's
that
upset.
it means, but you see the urgency.
And probably because his fighter's eating jabs like that one that he just ate right there. And there's a 3-punch combination again. Kovalev doing a great job throwing multiple punches. Alvarez got a right hand in there, but he didn't really feel like it made much of an impact.
I think he tripped on his foot there. That's why he looked
wasn't much.
awkward when Bomac thought that something was up.
Beaucoup plus fort que ça. beaucoup plus fort. Il suivra pas. Il suivra pas, il va casser.
Yeah,
Sinon, la machine,
In
il va
any
casser.
language, you're a son of a something.
Yeah. Ramsey said,
Son of
okay,
a warrior.
you need to make sure you keep that belt. You need to fight like it.
Round number 10. Kovalev comes out with a big right. Eleider better do it sooner. He's running out of time.
Yeah, sooner rather than later.
That's a crisp jab by Eleider. Right hand. Now, when he shows this kind of activity, can he continue?
Alvarez coming out with a sense of urgency in this round. Can Kovalev keep him at bay?
And here he goes back. Solid body blow by Kovalev. Left hook follows it upstairs after a good body blow.
I like to see Kovalev put 2 or 3 of them together.
Back to hearing from McGirt to jab. Wild right hand missed by Alvarez. He's just got to hit one of them. 1-2 from Kovalev. Chops away with the left to the head.
Kovalev is boxing great now. You can hear Buddy McGirt say, stay with your jab, stay with your jab. Don't give this guy a chance. Don't give him a chance to get close.
Alvarez loads up on the right hand. It usually ends up with him in some kind of clinch. Kovalev follows it up after a couple of jabs with a right hand. Under a minute to go in the 10th.
Oh,
Kovalev lands a right hand off the left. Another combination.
Kovalev got in his groove, he got his rhythm.
he popped his head back with a cold jab.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much something as basic and fundamental as the jab with the fighter at this point, he's turning everything around, just working off the jab.
He established that jab early into the fight. Established that feints. Look at Kovalev, he's on that back toe. On that back toe. He got that pop in his punch. I told you, he caught his second win.
Alvarez backing up. Kovalev lands a straight right. How many times have you heard in boxing a guy just couldn't get off tonight? And I feel that way with Alvarez.
Yeah.
Just the movement and the jab and the feints and all that from Kovalev is setting Alvarez off.
I mean, here we go, championship rounds.
McGirt
The champion's got to turn it on.
McGirt said he can't get past the championship rounds.
Here's some action from the 10th. Look at Kovalev, that left hand popped the head back, and then a right did the same.
Yeah, and it's all started with the jab. Caught that second win after the 7th round.
Yes, he did. These may be the championship rounds. Bo and I started it a little bit early in the 9th, but we felt as though if he continued, he'd win the fight.
Yeah.
So here we go, 11th round.
Alvarez still has a puncher's chance.
Yes, he does.
But at this point, with how you have it scored, it would have to be a knockout.
Yes,
a knockdown would still give Kovalev the fight at this point with how you have it scored. So that power's got to be something crazy.
Nice little combination there by the Storm.
That overhand right by Alvarez. He threw a nice 3-punch combination.
Yes, he did.
He's listening.
I had an 8-2 Kovalev going into this round. See, Alvarez showed us some really good stuff, and then he stops. And then Kovalev takes over for a while. A lot of rounds he lost because he just didn't do enough.
Yeah.
He's working here. Right hand.
With that right hand over top.
That dangerous right hand of Alvarez.
But Kovalev ate it pretty good, though. He can't get in on the inside like that, but he wanted to stay on the outside.
And moving right. That's been a key in this fight. Really a key. Kovalev staying away from the right hand of Alvarez. And at this point, for Kovalev to sacrifice offense for defense makes sense.
He wanted, but McGirt wants to keep him turning. Keep him turning. Turn him away from his right hand, from his power hand.
Those jabs have been really sharp by Kovalev all night. A minute to go in the round. Kovalev showed us fatigue in the 6th and 7th rounds. That was about it. Alvarez doesn't look tired, but he's just got to get off. There's the right hand, overhand right by Alvarez.
Alvarez, I tell you, still got a puncher's chance. Kovalev got to stay on the outside as his corner want. Keep him turning.
Alvarez loads up again. He's just frustrated he hasn't been able to get it straight through. Jab, jab. 4 straight punches with the left hand by Kovalev.
Oh, that right hand Kovalev threw over top hurt Alvarez.
He's leaning on him.
Yeah.
Kovalev just keep jabbing, staying on the outside, turning him. He's 1 round away from getting his, what he says is his belt back.
Well, you never know in boxing.
Oh, you don't know how the judges have this scored. We do not.
Well, you know, I like how Kovalev, he said right away he want to exercise his rights for a rematch.
That told you something.
Yeah, it told you a lot right there.
He was willing to go back to work,
yes,
change trainers, change his regimen.
Yeah.
Encore, et encore, et encore, et encore, et encore. Juste, j'ai pas besoin d'autres punch, tu compris? Le double jab, la boulette.
There's a right hand that got through nicely by Eleider Alvarez.
Boom.
I gave that round to Alvarez, but it was close.
Yeah, it was a close one.
But even if you give him that one, it's still a 5-round differential. So if I'm Kovalev here, I circle right and I stay out of trouble.
Yeah, stay out of trouble. Hold him when he get close. Don't take no chances.
And if I'm Alvarez, I just load up and take a shot. Even if you get knocked out, who cares?
Swinging for the fences.
Gambling here is worthwhile for him. It's round 12.
Yep, I didn't know if we were going to end up here around 12. I didn't know if we would be going the distance, and Alvarez wasn't sure to be going the distance either. He said he thought one of them was going to knock the other one out. We're 2.5 minutes away. Checking in on Twitter real quick, it seems that some of the writers ringside have it a little bit closer than we have it here. I think they still have Kovalev winning the fight, but a little bit closer, so we'll see.
Okay. I have it 8-3. Let's see what Kovalev can do here. Let's see what Alvarez has left. Crusher moves to his right, keeps that left hand out there. He's thrown hundreds of more punches this fight.
Kovalev's trying to get a little slick with it.
To the body with the right hand for Kovalev. Kovalev with the uppercut. Alvarez got to let it fly. Kovalev with a straight right hand.
Oh, he hurt him.
Another one. Kovalev gets that right through again. It was supposed to be Alvarez here who was winging. and hoping for a prayer.
Oh. Buddy McGirt pleading for Sergey to go back to the jab. Back to the
There you
jab.
go.
70 seconds to go.
He's looking for that. He's looking for that left hook. When he lean like that, there you go, looking for that left hook.
Kovalev with the uppercut. Short and on the button.
Oh,
A right hand by Kovalev.
But he ate one too.
Yeah.
Alvarez landed a good
Oh.
punch and another one right there.
Oh, they're going down to the wire with this one.
Good trading. Jab by Kovalev. Combination by Kovalev. Alvarez chops to the body. With 35
McGirt
seconds
wants
to
him
go.
Continue with the jab, and keep moving him.
Right hand landed by Kovalev, and then he ate one.
Oh,
Big right hand
nice.
by Kovalev.
Off the jab, what Buddy wanted.
15 seconds
Keep
to
that
go.
jab in his face.
The blue corner senses it. They sense it.
A right hand by Kovalev. Final seconds of the fight. Another right hand punctuating the effort.
Nice feint, feints all night. Oh!
A right hand by Kovalev, and that is it. And this one goes to the judges' scorecards. But you gotta think that Kovalev did a tremendous job and was much busier in this fight.
What a great fight from Sergey Kovalev. He stuck to the game plan. He worked off the jab. Buddy McGirt said we had to go back to the basics. Strip him down to what he did as an amateur. I wasn't sure at this point in Sergey's career if he could go back and kind of be that version of himself again, how he fought his amateur days. But he executed his game plan very well.
He sure did. If he win this fight, which he should, I'll give all the credit to his corner, Buddy McGirt.
Do you want to see a third?
No, it's gonna be the same.
No, I think it's time to move on. I have it 117, 111. I'm not an official, but that's the way I saw it. 117, 111 for Kovalev. Let's see what the judges have to say. I thought it was a masterful performance by Kovalev with a brilliant training job. And Bomac, you can talk about training jobs by James Buddy McGirt.
Man, he did what? Yeah, I keep emphasizing this, that let's stay with the jab, stay with the jab, stay with the jab, stay with the basics, the 1-2, the feints.
And the question was, we kept asking ourselves too, is the work rate? Could he keep it up? Could he keep it up? And he did. Maybe, yes, it dropped off a little bit from the outrageous amount of punches that he threw the first 3 rounds, but he kept a high work rate. His conditioning didn't seem to be a problem at all.
816 total punches to 369.
Wow.
You can't screw it up as a judge in that situation. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Here at the Star in Frisco, Texas, we go to the scorecards. The judges are in agreement. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judges at ringside, Levi Martinez and Jesse Reyes both scored the bout 116 to 112. Judge at ringside, Lisa Jampa sees it at 120 to 108. All 3 in favor of the winner. Regaining his title, now the 3-time WBO light heavyweight champion of the world, Sergey Crusher